What's going on, guys? It's God Professor O coming through with a dose of that good yo. Come everywhere like broken glass, come around like a circle. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Well, first and foremost, you see the location is a little bit different. Still same spot. Don't make it hot. You know what's going on. A little bit of construct going down in the little work area as I gets down to it. But that ain't gonna stop me from getting out this good flavor. Can you dig what I'm saying? Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. I told you I was gonna get me the handy dandy notebook. Unfortunately, for the other notebook has been written out. We filled it up. Can you dig it? You walked with me while we was doing it, but ain't nothing stopping, ain't nothing losing. We're gonna keep grooving. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Beautiful thing about it now, see, let's just get to it. You know I'm long-winded. And usually I got the handy dandy notebook spot. Clearly, who writes the script? Clearly, your boy still does. Today I want to talk about develop your talent. Now, first and foremost, before I even get involved in that, the beautiful thing about talent, anybody and everybody is born with it. Now, what is it exactly? That's up to you, your persona, and what you exactly was able to cultivate throughout the experience. Some people are just born with natural born gifts. That's what God given you. And the book already tells you, for the gifts and calling of God are irrevocable, meaning he will never take back his gift. He will never take back his calling. However, with your personality, you individualize whatever gift and talent you may have. This is what makes it unique. This is what makes it so special. And this is what keeps this world spinning. Can you dig as I'm saying? I think you can. Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Now, beautiful thing about developing your talent. Now, this is when it becomes very personal. Why? Because when it's yours, now everybody can be born with charisma. Anybody can be born with the gift of gab, investigative skills, knowledge retention, whatever you may deem special, quote unquote. But what makes it unique is how your personality individualizes that talent. It's what makes it yours. It's what makes it, it's the way that he talks, or it's the way that he does these things, or it's the way that he organizes, or it's the way that she, whatever the case may be. The fact of the matter is it becomes unique and no one won't be able to do it like you because there's only one of you if you are one of one. But as you're progressing and as you're developing, whatever the case may be, this is when things start to cultivate. It starts to become more personal and it becomes yours. And it's a beautiful avenue for you to get your creative flow out. You always need an avenue for that, some type of catalyst to be able to leak it out. That way, all of that energy isn't backed up. Because remember, energy doesn't die, it transfers. And you want to transfer it to something a little bit more positive, a little bit more lucrative, and God bless you if you can get paid for it. Can you dig what I'm saying? Anyway, anyhow, let's get down to this round now. Figure what you're good at or makes you feel good and develop from there. Literally. Why? Because this is where your freedom space is at. Me personally, I love speaking and I love creating. And I have many avenues of creating. I can rap, I can draw, I can dance, I can do a lot of few things that are very, very cool. But I always got to get that special cool feeling. Can you dig what I'm saying? But when you're dealing with development part of it, that's when you're really involved in it, when you're really getting down to the nitty gritty of that talent or whatever the case may be. But this is the avenue you really want to delve into, because when you're in it and when you have a way of like a gate, what is it? I want to say an escape, if that makes sense. When you have an escape towards it and you're able to really personalize it, like this is yours, this is becoming it, then that's when you're no longer a subject to the woes of the world, because you have something that's yours. It can never be taken from you. It can be dimmed. It can be maybe handicapped to a certain extent. But all creators know, who have the cool, as I call it, who has that energy flow, will understand that it all comes from the same source. It's just you decide what avenue to take to have it released. Some use drawing, some use singing, some use poetry, some use different forms of art. It just, the energy is the same, but the avenue is different. And what makes the avenue different, or what pathway you took, is your personality and who you are as an individual. And that makes it very unique, but I digress. Excuse me. It's a blessing if you can monetize it. However, this is for your mental freedom. Now listen, if you can get paid for doing something that you love, God bless you, go for it, because it will never be stressed. You will never feel like it's work. That's just what it is. Now, but also realize that's not what I'm talking about here. You know, it's always good to listen. If you can get paid for it, why not? Go for it, steadfast towards it. But this is more so about your mental freedom involving it, because you got to also realize there's a lot of individuals in the reality, so to speak, that doesn't really have an outlet to their creativity. And this can also lead to backup, and this can also lead to situations where they feel constipated, as I call it, creative constipation, where they'll want to be creative, they'll want to have some type of outlet, they want to have some type of leak out, whatever the case may be, but they don't have an outlet towards it. So a lot of individuals that have this situation or this syndrome that they're going through kind of resort to drug use or alcohol to a certain extent. That's just what I'm realizing. This is what I say. I could be wrong. Listen, I'm in no way, shape, or form some type of psychologist, therapist, whatever the case or lack thereof. However, for what I've experienced and for the people I've experienced, for individuals that have that interest in art, and it's it's not just an interest like, oh wow, I like this is very cool or something. You could tell they're very in tune with it, but they never had an outlet. They never probably, really sat there and like, you know what, I like drawing, I want to draw. Or maybe at some point in time, it got stifled. I remember that happened to me a long time ago. I'm very, very good at drawing, and I recently got back into drawing due to my current sit down, whatever the case may be. But it was stifled for a point in time because I listened to an outside source instead of the inside. I know that was very good, but if somebody say, yo, draw it right now, let me see. And there's a whole big crowd around, I'm trying to draw. I'm like, I can't draw it right now. I can't draw. Oh, you can't draw. It's not in the third, etc. and so forth. You listening to the outside, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's not about. You comprehend the inside. Once you master your inside, you'll be able to comprehend the outside. Point blank, period. But I digress, you know what I mean? I was very underdeveloped, very immature, and adolescent at that time. So of course the outside world would be a little bit more, I was more sensitive to the outside of those outside sources, you know what I mean? Those dementors, whatever the case may be. But I digress, right? Master the inside to comprehend the outside. The whole point of it is to express yourself limitlessly. Now, reason being is because if you're not harming anybody, if you're not doing anything negative, and you're also bringing something new to the world, it's always profitable and it's always beneficial for the big picture, pretty much. It will always be beneficial for it because it will always keep everything in circulation. Point blank, period. It will never not stagnate. It will never not help. You'll be surprised what inspires the individual, and you'll be surprised who and what you're inspiring. That's why I always make sure it's very unique and it's very individualized. And you'll see exactly a beautiful picture from that, I'm telling you. It becomes an avenue for other traits to be expressed. Now, this is very essential because once you find an avenue on how to get that creative flow out, you'll realize that it'll start to leak in other traits of yours. Like, for instance, if you're really good at drawing, don't be surprised if you maybe got a good little step, a good little bop to your step. You maybe could be able to dance. Or if you're good at poetry, you'll be able to rap. Or if you're good at singing, you'll be able to have a gift of gab, or be able to use good tone fluctuation of being convincing, or being able to more convey your feelings in a more empathic way, meaning that both parties are understanding exactly where they're coming from. You're understanding what you're going through, and you're able to give the audience whatever you're feeling, exactly what you're feeling and what you intend for them to feel, etc. and so forth. It's a very beautiful experience, and I'll just leave it like that. I digress because I'm long-winded. All right, now let's see. And again, yeah, that's it right there. Again, this message is for the adept out there, for the master, the expert, the proficient, the efficient, the self-efficient, the one that's always doing it and never losing it, that's growing, that's glowing, that's going at all times. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. And remember, speak good, do good, see good, because when it is good, it's all good. Can you dig it? And for the haters out there that love looking at your boy, make sure you look at my good side because you know that I'm sexy. Can you dig what I'm saying? I think you can. Peace, love, and light. I'll see you guys in the next video.